Today's class is going to be based on Tibetan yoga, Tibetan heart yoga, based on Tibetan heart yoga. And I came across this morning what I think looked like a Japanese guru doing this, and he explained it from his perspective, he was a doctor, that the centrifugal movement of the arms activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It releases trauma, and if you do it for 3 minutes, it can also prevent or be helpful against various diseases.
I think it makes me look a really good one.
Yes.
Especially if I really swing my arms.
So in the Ayurvedic world, it's meant to activate all 5 energies. That's how I was taught it, but I was very interested to see another Eastern perspective on it. And I know that you'll find this not just in yoga, but you'll find it in Tai Chi, certainly, and other forms of Eastern art, martial arts, of which yoga is considered a basic one. So again, I was very interested to just get his take on it. But I noticed in Tai Chi that they do this for quite a long time, and he said 3 minutes. So,
the record on something, wouldn't you? Maybe 1 track or something.
yes, that would be a good idea. And I'm actually, I could almost do that because I've got everything online. Tina Turner will have mantra chanting, which is so lovely. Just interesting. You'd never think that. I'll perhaps put it on at the end. Now, in Yantra Yoga, which is a type of Tibetan yoga, on the medicine side, they swing higher, and almost slap the shoulders to get a vibrational and a greater effort in. So I just, again, thought that was worth adding in. But wherever you. And the side to side, if you lift your feet, is balancing your pelvis. It's de-stressing because it's hard as you're swirling to retain stress of the journey that you might have had coming here. I'm so sorry about that. And then, of course, you can't go through Cleargate because of the bridge thing, which is a
It's
pain.
just like that in every town.
Oh, I know.
That's a nuts thing.
I'm going down to Forest Mere today for a chakra heart workshop.
Ooh.
Big Jocelyn's joining, but they shutting the A3 from 9 o'clock. So whatever I do, I've got to get back from the A3, but I've got to remember to tell Libby, because who's coming down from Manchester, that the A3 will be closed because she's worse than me. So any kind of deviation will send you into an absolute spin of, I don't know where I'm going.
Where are they shutting it from and to?
Both, I think in both directions possibly.
Oh, is that M25 thing there?
Yes.
Again? Oh, God.
So I think she might be clobbering that completely. So Phil's suggestion to her would be to come off the M25 if she's on it at Weybridge.
Yes, yeah, exactly, go through Weybridge. Yeah.
But you must remember to tell her that. And she would actually, would she know the way through Weybridge? She should do.
Yeah, it's probably like a Malaysia, don't you?
She is Princess.
She's got a sat nav in the car.
She got no good sat nav because that
She
takes
has.
her a different way, or Google Maps or something.
She and I are vying for bottom place in that direction. And then just start to slow down. And how are you feeling on your stress levels, Patsy? How are you feeling on your stress levels?
No, I'm fine. I'm just dazed.
Did you go to see your new abode? Or,
I did yesterday. Just went in and out.
Just
Lovely
gone-
topiary trees and things.
This is Gunter's Reed.
Anyway, the traffic today.
I shall just lift and spread the feet. And then this is another balance. So take your right foot behind your left. Raise your arms. Clasp and reverse. And just slightly sway from side to side. For some reason, my balance really isn't good. there'll be a side that you naturally feel sways better than the other side. And just stay there, enjoying that. And then when you're ready, lower the arms, come back. And of course I'm going to suggest that you do it the other way around. So when you're ready, raise and reverse. And as you go from side to side, there'll be one side that feels right. Interesting. So, of course, balance reflects your brain as well, your brain patterns. Because one side's always stronger than the other, which is quite something to think about. And then just release. And come back. And I know that you're not into downward dog, but I am actually going to start with salute to the sun. Hands together at the heart centre, your version. Soften the knees, arms up. Come through the centre. Slide your hands onto your shins, half lift. Breathe out, soften in. Half lift again. And this time, as you breathe out, soften your knees, hands to the ground, and choose whether you step back into plank or whether you step one leg and the other. Choose. And then both knees to the ground. Uncurl your feet. Bring your bottom towards your heels. And then snake forward onto your elbows into Sphinx pose. And breathing out, come to lying and stretch your hands in front of you. Tuck your right toe underneath and stretch your right leg back. Release your right leg. Tuck your left toes underneath, stretch your left leg back and release. And then bend both knees and just sway from side to side. So strangely enough, this can be opening for the hips. Come to the centre with the legs, lower the feet, slide the elbows back, and come into Sphinx pose, just looking down. Press the elbows onto the ground and pull yourself forward. And then come by pressing down onto your elbows back to kneeling. And then on your hands and knees, just cat dipping your back and rounding your back. And then as you round, we're going to come to standing, but we are going to do this as an optional via downward dog. So if you want to come into downward dog, bend your knees, lengthen your back, and then lengthen your legs. Feel that you can adjust your feet to slightly wider and slightly closer to your hands. Perhaps walk the dog. If you're not going to come to downward dog, then come to just your own version and come very, very gently to stand where it suits you. And then if you are in downward dog, walk your hands to your feet to your hands. And come once more to hands onto the shins, half lift. Breathing out, curl in. Half lift. And stay here as you breathe out. And breathing in, soften your knees and press down on your feet to roll up to standing. Hands up. Stretch your fingers. Look up if that works for your neck. If not, look straight ahead. Then bring your head to upright and then just circle your wrists down. Lift and roll your shoulders as we come to the left side. This time, clasp your hands behind you, open your shoulders. You can lift your hands slightly away from you, but then release the hands back, separate them and slide the hands down back to the legs.
Slide them to the front on the shins, half lift. Breathing out, soften in. Breathing in, half lift. And then as you breathe out, soften the knees, hands down to the ground, and choose whether you want to come into a plank or whether you want to just slide one leg and the other leg back. We're going to meet up with knees on the ground, uncurl the feet and stretch out in a form of child's pose. If you're stiff, then you can keep your bottom high. So this is a nice stretch for the back. Even though you're relaxed here, just bring the tummy in slightly. And then come back to kneeling. Come onto the elbows into Sphinx pose. And then slide the hands out as if you're stretching out on your front. Again, tuck the right toes under, extend your right heel back. Lower the right leg. And tuck the left toes under, extend the left leg, and release the left leg. Stretch your feet away, your hands away from each other, and then slide your hands back to Sphinx pose, looking down at the ground so that the back of the neck is extended. And then this is called jelly wobble. So just rock your pelvis from side to side. In the back program, this is called SIS, which is sacroiliac stabilizer. Helps release your bottom, releasing any tension around that area. And then for your immune system, just slide your right elbow out to the right. And bend your left leg and just hold anywhere on your left ankle, your left foot. Just stretching out the left thigh. So it's an immune booster because it's believed that the white blood cells, there's proliferation of manufacture in the thigh bone. So this is just stretching that out. And then just releasing the left leg. And then come to slide the left elbow out as you bring your right arm, slightly roll onto the left and hold your right ankle, just stretch your right leg back towards the bottom. And then just very gently release. Bring your elbows back to Sphinx, tummy in as you kneel up. And this time come to puppy pose, so bring your knees forward, bottom up in the air, and just find a nice stretch, arms out in front of you. If you don't like your head being down so much, you can make fists with your hands so that you're keeping your head more level with your spine. That's too much to have your head down. Stretching the upper back, stretching the back. And you can stay like this, or if you want to come to downward dog, then come to tuck your toes underneath, maybe do a cat-cow, and then as you round your back, come to your downward dog, bending the knees. Then straighten your legs, your feet maybe go wider. Walk the dog by bending one knee and then the other knee. Make sure that your head is relaxed, you're not holding any tension in your neck. Your thumb and second finger are pressed down, the inside of the elbows are aiming towards each other so that you're aligning your shoulders properly in the shoulder socket. And then however you want to do this, we're going to come to standing, but if you're in downward dog, then you look your feet to your hands to your feet. Come to press your hands on your shins, half lift again. Breathing out, soften in. Breathing in half lift. And stay here as you breathe out. Soften your knees and rolling back up to standing.
And then hands up. Join the thumbs and just swaying from side to side. Come to the centre and just circle the wrists down. Lift and roll the shoulders. Again, hands together at the heart centre. Soften the knees, hands up, stretching up. Palms together. This time just slide the hands down the shins.
And come to place your hands directly onto the floor. Step back with your right foot and stretch the right foot out. And then lower the right knee to the ground and slide the left leg back. You want to have hands and knees. And then just rock your bottom from side to side. And a nod to the core, tummy in, extend your left leg back and your right hand forward, look down, extend your left heel to give you stability with your spine, and then breathing out, lower the left hand and the right hand and the left knee. Just sway your bottom from side to side before you come to the other side. So extend your right leg back and your left hand forward. Extend the right heel. You need to engage your core to maintain this. And then breathing out to lower your left hand and your right knee. And then quarter dog. Bring your right hand across the front of the body, leaning on the elbow. Bottoms high, and extend your left hand. You need to bring your bottom back to feel that stretch all the way along the left side. You can rest your forehead on across your right hand, your right forearm, as an option, or if your head goes right down on the floor, then that's fine too. And then just slide the left hand back, bring the left hand or arm, forearm across you, and slide out your right hand. Tummy in, slide the right hand back and come onto all fours again. Classic, just dipping the back, looking up and rounding. You tuck your head in, tuck your toes, and again you can carry on cat-cow, or if you want to come into dog again, come to your soft dog, bending your knees, extending your legs, widen your feet. Walking the dog. This time within dog, just bring your left foot slightly forward and raise your right leg. Extend your right heel. You could stay like that, or you could just bend at the right knee. Three-legged dog. And then lower the right leg to meet the left two together. And then again lift your left leg, stretch it out, extend the left heel. Option to bend your left knee, almost looking under the left arm. And then just very gently lower the left leg. And start to walk your feet to your hands to your feet. Soften your knees. And just roll up now to standing.
And hands go up. Stretch your fingers and just circle your wrists down. And then hands together. The heart centre, drop your hands. Lift and roll the shoulders and clasp the hands behind you, aim the knuckles to the ground, opening out the shoulders. Release the hands, slide the fingers down the backs of the legs, and then bring them around the shins to the front, half lift. And then breathing out, hands to either side of you, and then slide your left leg back, extend it, feel the stretch in your right hip, lower the left knee and slide your right leg back, your left right foot.
And then tuck your toes, keep them tucked under, just bring your bottoms slightly back towards your heels, which will open out underneath the toes. So Sue, is this the lung meridian?
Lung meridian is across the balls of your feet.
You can just slightly move from side to side if that is unbearable. You don't often get to do this. And then just come to kneeling, all fours, your cat-cow. Just do this a couple of times. Giving movement to the spine. And again, you can carry on doing this, or optionally tuck your toes, tummy in, come to your downward dog again. You don't have to do downward dog, you can just do cat-cow. Ultimately, we're going to, if you want to walk the dog, please do. And then walking your feet to your hands to your feet. And then just come forward and hold the backs of your shins, backs of your calves. Just curl in. It's a forward bend, so I'm not going to keep you here too long. Just relax the neck. Soften the knees and start to roll up to standing.
Hands up. Join the thumbs and just sway from side to side. Lower the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders, hands on the waist, step out to an A. Left foot in, right foot out. Open your arms. If that's stiff on your shoulders, keep a bend in your elbows. Turn to the right as you bring your left palm to meet your right. You're going to draw a bow with the left elbow. Opening the chest. Breathing in, raise your right hand and look up to your thumb. Bring your head to upright as you open your arms to within your capacity. Left palm to right. Draw your bow. Right hand goes up. Raise your eyes upwards and open. Place your hands on your waist and turn your right foot in, and then turn it in properly and return your left foot out. For those who've got internal rotation, so your thighs tend to go in, it's sometimes helpful to turn your left foot in, so it's rather than straight out, slightly in. But that works better, as I said, for people whose thighs, if you're externally rotated, your feet tend to go out, so it might not suit you practicing. So hands on the waist, open the palms out within your capacity, keep a bend on the elbows if that's too much. Right palm to left this time. Draw your bow with your right elbow, bending high and breathing in. Hands up, that's a neck and sort of shoulder and eye exercise. Open the hands out. And again, right palm to left. Draw your bow. Left hand up, look upwards. Open your hands, lower them. Bring your feet parallel. Maybe your heels out slightly, hands on your waist. Soften, bend at the knees. Maybe slide your hands down to hold your ankles or just above your ankles, coming forward.
Take your left hand to the outside of your right ankle and put your right hand on your right waist. Your head might turn naturally to look up to the right, or it might just want to look down. That will depend on your neck. Take your breath in out here, and then lower the right hand. Bring both hands onto the floor. Soften your knees if you need to. You can straighten them again. Take in and out breath, relax the neck, and then move the right hand to hold the left ankle. Left hand holds onto the waist, and turn to the left, either looking up, chin in, or just look down. Bring both hands back to the floor, fingertips maybe. Just extend one shoulder than the other, just to stretch out your back. And then heel toe the feet in, so heels come in, toes come in. to get to a point where you feel comfortable and in control. Soften the knees and then roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Lift and roll the shoulders. Come to your feet being comfortably hip width apart. And just have a sense of swaying slightly from side to side to find your balance in one direction. And then just slightly come forwards and backwards so that you are absolutely completely balanced. You're pressing your feet down into the earth away from you, which will lengthen your body, lifting here at the chest, creating space. Just lift and roll your shoulders, your hands might open slightly, and just turn your head slightly from side to side. Turtle balance, not often in this position. Just fingertips together, Hakini Mudra. Anytime you want to think, just looking at the tips of the fingers. Supposed to recreate the energy back into the head rather than escaping. Help the brain, that's the thought behind it anyway. And then come to a seated position with your legs out in front of you. And looking at the feet, flesh out from underneath you, hands, Dandasana, or hands down like this, which is very formal, and then just relax, hands out. So circulation of the feet, toes up and down. And then just circle the ankles in one direction. And circle the ankles in the opposite direction. Tummy in. Bend up the, let's just say, the right foot. Hug it in. And then drop, open the right knee to the right. Rest your right ankle on top of the left leg. And take your hand and just rotate your ankle, your right ankle manually. This is part of the anti-rheumatic series of exercises that you'll find in Padikapur, and then just thread your fingers through. If that's too much, put them over the top. And just open the feet, stretching, circle your hands one way and then the other way. And then hug the right knee into the chest. Place the right foot on the floor, open the right knee to the right, extend the left ankle. Just lightly touch your hands to either side of you. Raise the hands up, connect the thumbs, tummy in, and turn to face your left outstretched leg. Soften the elbows to slide the hands down the left shin. Janushirasana, head to knee pose. This is a forward bend, so calming for the nervous system. It's a hip opener on the right side, and it's a rotation, which is one of the movements of perfect back to health. You might press your hands down, lengthen your spine to lead with your chest and come down a little bit further. And then tummy in to slide your hands up your leg. Keep your right knee where it is and bend your left leg so that you're in a double D. Hands to either side of you. Tummy in, lengthen the body. Turn to face your right leg and just come forward. A little bit or a lot, depending on what you feel like doing today. Again, you can make that double fist with your hands and rest your forehead. So this is the spine sort of in line parallel to the ground. Although it's a forward bend, you're not dropping your head down. So it's quite, animals, when they're running, their spine's parallel to the ground, so this is quite helpful. And then tummy in, press down with your hands to come up. just come to lift your legs, stretch your legs out and just rub, pat. And then extend your right heel, bend up your left leg. Open your leg to the left. Circle your ankle one way. And then the other way. Maybe either hands over, or if you can, thread your fingers through the toes and just circle one way and then circle another way. And then just sitting up, hug your left knee into the chest, and then open your left knee to the left, sole of the foot facing inwards. The right leg goes slightly to the right, extend your right heel. Just touch your hands to either side to lengthen the spine. Hands up, turn towards your right leg, tummy in, and just slide your hands down your shin. Janu Sirsasana, head to knee, on the other side. Forward bend, hip opener, and also forward bend is opening the space between vertebrae. If you had a slip disc, you wouldn't be doing this so much, but a herniated disc rather, but it's coming forward like this. It's helpful to direct the focus of breathing into the back and rotation. Just press your hands down to lengthen, lead from the chest and just come down here a little bit further. And feel that both sides of you are extending evenly. It's easy to crunch down on your right side. Having said that, that's difficult to get total evenness. Tummy in as you slide up. Keep your left leg bent as it is and bend up your right knee. So you're in a double V, perfect hip health, gone 5 poses, perfect hip health. If you're doing this at home and you're going to stay here every time, if your right buttock's off the ground, you'd have a cushion or something just to contain that right toes that both buttocks seem evenly on the ground. Fingers to either side of you, turn to the left and just walk forward. A little bit, leading the chest will come down a lot. And even here, you're, both sides of you are extending evenly where they're supposed to be. And quite difficult, it's easy just to collapse down on the left side. Tummy in as you press down to come to upright. Legs up. And just lift your feet off the ground, tummy has to engage. That might be enough. For those of you who've got super strong tummies, hands underneath, extend the legs. This is boat pose. If you've got super core strength, I haven't, you can bring your hands out. I'm going to bring my hands in, because I'm really not very good at that. Well done. And then just lower your feet and Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. And Sue, any thoughts or focus or anything you want to ask Sue today? Any bits of the body to focus on?
Ask me about your bits.
Any
bits that you want to talk about?
Can't. Oh, actually, no, it's not really.
Oh, well, whatever, just anything.
Well, because I've got these ligaments, that one was playing up, and it was playing up on the other side.
Yeah, because that makes you walk differently.
It's
You're
a
protecting
weakness, isn't it?
Yes.
Too.
Yeah, but it's it,
Arches are going.
yes, because you're not walking naturally. forcing the other foot into a different position that's used to, so that's you're bound to get something on the other side. as well.
Doing it on both feet.
Yeah, so it doesn't actually feel normal on both sides.
But I also think it's because I was massaging it.
Yeah, it could be. Well, don't do it too hard if you're massaging. Just
So then that is maybe a good thing.
yeah. Well, yes, you have to weigh up what's good, what hurts, and what doesn't really.
That was all I've.
A
That's
little bit.
We've been
Neck.
neck.
Yes. my
So
neck's a little
you're-
bit
Is it neck and shoulders or just
No,
neck?
neck.
It's
It's
just
actually in the neck.
with
It's
your
like called a
neck.
muscle in my neck.
The neck is on your big toe. So it's all sort of round the sort of base of the, because this is,
Mm.
as it goes, this is your head,
Head.
you know, as it were, on your foot, so that your neck is all around it.
What's on the little toe as well? What's on, is that neck or not?
Well, that's the shoulders
Oh,
really,
shoulders,
because
okay.
it's, if you think, the little
Yes,
toes on
okay.
the outside of
Yeah,
your foot,
okay.
and your shoulders on the outside of your body, whereas the neck's in the middle.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's, I mean, there is a sort of crossover a bit between the two, depending on whether, because sometimes when you have neck problems, you've got shoulder problems anyway as well. So, yes.
So just enjoy massaging any parts of you that feel that they might benefit. You're opening out the inner thighs, so that's your lower lymphatic system. You can sit up, lengthen, straighten your back. If you want to bring your feet in closer, that will open your hips more. Classically, put your hands round like that, or just open your feet like a book. So lots of variations there.
So do kind of really true yogic people manage to get their knees on the ground when they do this?
They do. But they are generally shorter and they're often externally rotated.
Oh, okay. Mm.
And yes, they do, absolutely.
So they just sit there with their legs.
Sometimes pelvic have a bit of support under your bottom, but I'm not there. And you can also have your legs out further. Or in just,
Mm-hmm.
That's quite good to do that. And then go back in.
Okay.
Yes, because I get
That makes sense.
crunched down.
Yeah, just get the hip joints.
Yes, it's not a natural way to do
There
it.
you go. Yoga was written for men
Mm.
originally.
True.
And they would be much smaller than us,
Mm. Small and skinny.
and skinny.
Mm. And
And
about
young.
18 years old.
Yes, so young.
Yes, they start when they're about 5, and
Yeah.
so always be able to do it, yeah.
So then just straighten out. And I'm just going to have the simplest of rotations. So raise your left arm, tummy in. Just take your left hand to outside your right thigh. It could be in or quite yogically, it could be out, whatever works. Right hand behind. Press down on the ground, lengthen the body, and breathing out, turn to look over your right shoulder. A little bit or a lot doesn't really matter. And maintain this turn with the body, but just with the head turned to look over the left shoulder. Bring the head back to the centre and just come back to the centre. Just slide your hands leading the chest down to your shins. Semi compensation for that twist. Rotation. Tummy in. Come to upright and raise your right hand. Tummy, as I said, is in. Turn to either hold on the outside or just open, and then your left hand behind you. Lengthen the body as you extend and breathing out, turn to look over your left shoulder. Keep this turn, but bring your head back to look over your right. And then bring the head back to centre and just come round to the centre. Leading with the chest, just slide the hands down. Just relax. Forward. And then just come to sitting, your hands behind you, just press your hands down and lift
lengthening your chest, lifting your chest, looking up. Bring your head to upright. And then just bend your knees. And we're going to come to lying on the ground. Knees bent, feet hip width apart. Just a couple of pelvic tilts. And then a modified bridge, I call this rolling bridge, palms down alongside you. Press down with your feet as you flatten your back. Lift your bottom, shin comes automatically down, and then just roll your arms up, bent at the elbows above you. Option to stretch your hands out or not. Chin really comes down into the chest. Stay here for a breath. And then when you next breathe out, you start to lower the back. The arms will automatically follow. And then bring your hands back down alongside your palms down. Just take a recovery breath. And again, when you're ready, press your feet down, flatten your back against the ground, lift your bottom. Feel that your knees are going straight ahead of you, they're not swaying outwards. Just raise your arms up, bent at the elbows, chin down. You can stretch your arms out once and raise them up. Stay here. And then when you next exhale, start to lower the back down to the ground. Imagining a string of pearls one by one laying down on the ground. Your arms will follow naturally. And then just hug one ear and the other knee to the chest. And just rock from side to side. Rocking right over a little bit. And then just, you can hold onto your ankles, onto your shins. If you've got long arms, you can hold onto your big toes and raise your legs in a V. So it's wherever you can hold works. And again, just rock from side to side. Your chin should be slightly in. Really bend your knees. Tummy should be in. Perineum should be slightly engaged. And then just very gently bend the knees and hug the knees once more into the chest. And this very familiar, holding the knees as you breathe in to extend them to arm's length. In your own time, hugging the knees back into the chest. And just do that a few times. And then holding both knees, just circle both knees together so that you're massaging at the base of the lower back. Then circle the knees in the opposite direction. And then just hold the hands underneath and place the feet back down onto the ground. Just sway the knees from side to side. And then this is for the neck, so I hope I can describe this. Just place your hands underneath your head, underneath your neck, and keep your head lifted off the ground with one hand underneath the neck, the other hand on top of the head, and slide the hand at your neck right up from the base of the neck, right the way through to the crown of the head, and
as it gets to the top of the head, bring the other hand underneath the base of the neck, so that as you let go with one hand, the other hand is already sliding up from the back of the neck towards the top of the head, and as that hand comes off, your other hand comes down, sliding from the base of the neck all the way up through the top of the head. You can just circle the hands, you can claw them as much as massaging in, almost turning your head from side to side, always with the support of a hand. This is adapted from Thai massage, Thai yoga massage. And if you have somebody else doing it for you, it's absolutely lovely. But it does just almost ease the neck out. Hopefully, you've got what I mean. There's that feeling of safety, but you're just stretching the back of the neck out. And you can almost hold both hands to stretch the back of the neck out, just tucking the chin into the chest. And then just very gently place the head supported onto the ground, and then just release the hands. So that the head and back of the neck are being supported at all times. And then just rest your hands on the abdomen. You can also have one hand on the abdomen, one hand on the heart. And just a couple of breaths, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. If you want to breathe in and out through the mouth, then that's fine. Just be a reminder that we're our physical bodies, but there are all aspects of our emotional selves as well. Mind, body, soul, comprise several parts. And just bring your focus now to the base of your nose and breathe in to a point in the centre of your head as you imagine it. As you breathe out, just let all the breath, the out breath, take with it anything that's not suits working for you today. You can keep your knees bent or just relax on the floor. The out breath goes out through the base of the feet. And breathing in again, the breath goes into a point at the centre of the head. And you breathe out anything that's not working for you today, just put in that into the out breath and let it go out through the soles of the feet. And choose a colour that resonates with you today, and your breath in now is that coloured breath of your colour choice. And again, as your out breath, it cleanses and it removes and takes away anything that's not serving you today. And now just let your breath permeate everywhere, inside, outside, it wraps you, cocoons you like a cotton candy floss auric egg, conferring protection for the day. And you might like to put in a thought for the day, for you or for someone close to you. And very gently just start to hug your knees into your chest again. Maybe rocking from side to side. And come in your own time to a seated position. Technically, you should roll over to the right, away from the heart, if that space is available to you. It's a more restful ascent. And come up to a seated position. And bring the hands to the heart. Breathing in, just open the hands. Breathing out, hands to heart, drop the chin. Breathing in, open the hands. Breathing out, hands to heart. And breathing in, opening out. And this time as the hands go to the heart, take a bow for yourself. Thank you for joining me, and have a lovely day ahead. And I shall meet